When the colonial forces invaded and took control in most parts of Africa, some communities really retaliated and they resisted and they fought for some years. Most of the leaders from these African communities that resisted and were killed either by hanging or shooting, their heads were chopped off and shipped to England. Most of these heads, which are now skulls, are kept in the British Museum, and we wonder why they were taken to those regions. Why take a human head to those parts? At first, we thought maybe that they took these heads so that they can serve as trophies or evidence that the resisting community has been defeated. However, after the independence of these African nations, we were expecting that these heads will be returned back home, but they have never been. So I was thinking that maybe there was something else, something occultic or esoteric about those heads. Maybe there was something that they were doing with those heads so that they can weaken these communities and brainwash them for all. Think of people like Otenyo from the Gusi community, people like Koitalel from the Nandi community, people like Kinjeketile Ngwale, people like Wayaki Wahinga. Their heads were chopped off and taken to the British Museum. And we are still waiting for these British nationals to return back their heads, but they haven't. At the moment, they have stated clearly that they own those skulls, yet they belonged to our African people. So we keep wondering why they don't want them returned home. We believe that these heads are being used for some occult practices by these people so that they can keep on controlling the communities from where these people were taken from. And still again, we shall keep on asking the question, why haven't you brought back our heads? Why haven't you brought back the heads of our ancestors? Because right now we are not at peace because most of some body parts of our ancestors are still overseas. So kindly help us ask the question, why do you keep the heads of our ancestors?